Hi, my name is Nichole, and this is the CK Diary Podcast. I'm really excited about the episode this week. I have so much to share with you guys. This might be a long one, so buckle up, grab something to drink and something to knit on, and let's get started. I'm gonna start with my finished objects. I only have one. I showed you one of these socks last week and I got both of them finished. I did wear them on my yarn crawl. I'm very happy with how they turned out. Let's see, they're a little bit dirty because I wore them all day Friday and all day Saturday, but I love the way they turned out. I do need to wash them though. All right, and now on to whips. I only have a few to show you. So I'll talk more about this yarn whenever I get into the episode a little bit, but this is a sock that I made for my 2-year-old son. It's the vanilla sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. I did make some modifications to fit his little tiny foot though, and it's not much, but I cast on the second one and I did the first cuff row. All right. Ooh, I need to remember to talk about those two, so I'm gonna keep that bag right here. All right, my other whip, well, let me show you this one first because there's less done. This is the yarn that I got from She Sells Yarn for the boys' travel blanket. I showed this yarn to you a while ago after I purchased it, and I started working up the first square. I've not finished it yet though. I did finish for their travel blanket. I had one of the squares done in the DK yarn that I got from Maggie Valley, the hand-dyed diva yarn. I did finish all the squares in that colorway. So now I just have to do the 3 in this one. Okay. And this is the bag from Creek Garden Crafts that I shared last week. Okay. And my last whip that I'm going to show you today, I got this bag from Black Cat and Birdie. I will link their Etsy shop down below. It is so cute. I bought it from, oh gosh, I think it's called Little Bees Knits, maybe? Something like that. It's a yarn shop in Knoxville. They just opened last year, I believe. I will link their shop down below as well. All right, and this is the whip that I worked on during the Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl. It is going from March 2nd to March 9th, but the closest shop to me in that yarn crawl is an hour away. The furthest one from me is a little over 3 hours away. So I couldn't take my boys with me by myself, really. So my husband came with me this weekend and we knocked out all the shops this weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you more about that. All right, so I did some work on my Cozy Memories blanket. I got a lot of squares done. This is where I was at last time I showed it to you, those two, and I got all of these squares done. This is the January yarn from the Polka Dot Creek Blanket Club, their 2024 Blanket Club. Now I'm working on this square. I'm almost done with it. And I think I only have one more color left from January. Oh no, I have 2. I have 2 colors left. So I've got this one, and then I've got this. I just haven't wound it yet. Okay, so that is it for finished for whips. Oh, no, it's not. I've got one more, sorry. I finally cast it on, guys. I know I've been talking about it since I started this podcast. Or not really since I started this podcast. I bought this yarn while I was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee weeks ago. That was at the end of January. And I finally did it. I finally cast on my husband's hat. I braved up. I cast on the muscle burr pattern. And I am loving how it turned out. So I was excited to talk about this today because I got the entire crown of the hat done and then a few rows into the body of the hat. And then last night at like 10 o'clock at night, I decided to measure my gauge again. And I found out that during the day yesterday, when I was exhausted, and I shouldn't have measured my gauge when I was exhausted, but when I measured my gauge yesterday during the day, I had 7 stitches per inch. Last night, when I measured it, I had 6 stitches per inch. And I was like, oh, my gauge must have been tighter at the crown of the hat. And it just got looser as I got more comfortable with it. Wrong. Nope. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. I know yesterday during the day, I measured it like 10 times and I was like, all right, 7 stitches. It's 7 stitches. I know it's 7 stitches. I've measured it 10 times. It's 7 stitches. And I measured all the way up the crown of the hat, and the whole way up, it was 6 stitches. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep making it anyway. I don't want to take it all back. This is my first muscle burr. I'm just going to make it anyway. If it's a little big on my husband, then it's a little big. Well, this morning, my son woke us up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And while I was sitting there waiting for him to go back to sleep, I started thinking about this hat. And I was like, if I keep going, my husband needs the medium-sized hat. His head circumference is 22.5 inches, and the medium hat is 22 inches. The large hat is 24 inches. And he said that he wanted the one that was a little bit smaller, so it would be a little bit more snug rather than a little bit loose. And if I kept going with the gauge that I was going, I would have been making the size extra large hat. So at 4:45 this morning, because it was eating me alive, I went and I unraveled the entire hat. I frogged the entire crown and wound up the yarn. And this is what I have been working on today. We went to go grab a coffee this morning, and I did most of it on our drive to go get coffee. And then I took my kids to the park, and while they were playing, I worked on it a little bit. So this is where we are at. I'm very happy with it. I love the pattern. I was actually, if I'm being honest, I was actually kind of excited to frog it so that I could do it again because I had so much fun learning the new increases. I have never done an M1R, which is make one right leaning, or an M1L, which is make one left leaning. I had never done that before. So I was really excited to try it in this hat. Especially excited because I really want to make the Korean poncho, and that is how they do the increases on that. So I'm getting some practice, and I'm very excited, and it was a lot of fun to do. And I'm almost done with the crown again. I believe I have 3 increase rounds to go, so 6 rounds altogether, because you do an increase round and then you do a knitted round. So I'll have 6 rounds altogether before I'm done with the crown of the hat, but I will probably finish that while my boys finish their nap. All right, so let's see, where do I want to start? So I was saying this weekend was the Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl, and I believe it just covered Central Florida, right? Yeah. So we started, I was not expecting to do all 5 stores this weekend. There were 5 stores. I was not expecting to do all 5 because the one that was the furthest away from us, I believe, was over 3 hours away from us. But my husband wanted me to be able to do all the stores. So we did it, and I was very excited and very grateful. While I was in some of the stores, my husband took my sons to some local parks, and we took them to Chick-fil-A so that they could run around the little play area there too for lunch one of the days. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. So on Saturday, March 2nd, I hit 4 of the stores, 4 out of 5 of the Yarn Crawl stores. We went all the way to the one that was the furthest away from us and worked our way up. I started at 4 Pearls in Winter Haven. That is like the home of Emma's Yarn. I believe Emma's parents own that store. I did not know that until we got there. I knew they were doing her trunk show, Emma's trunk show, on Saturday and Sunday, but I did not know that her family was affiliated with that store. But the whole store was like wall to wall Emma's Yarn. So whenever I was checking out, I asked them if that was her home store, and her dad was actually the one that was checking me out. So I got so much good stuff from Emma's Yarn. or from Four Pearls and from Emma's Yarn. I believe the only yarn I purchased there was from Emma's Yarn. All right, so I did get 2 of the Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl colorways. This was the special colorway that Emma dyed for the Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl. It is called Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl 2024. Every store in the Yarn Crawl had this colorway. I got the Simply Spectacular DK so that I could put it in my son's travel blankets. We go to Orlando often for Disney, and so this is going to cover all of the Orlando trips that we have done. This was the store's in Winter Haven, but it's close enough. Okay, and then this is the Practically Perfect sock, and I got that to make a pair of socks. I really, really loved this colorway. I just think it's so pretty. Okay. And then I got some minis. So she was having her, I'll go back to those socks. So she was having a trunk show at Four Pearls on Saturday and Sunday, March 2nd and March 3rd, the first 2 days of the Yarn Crawl. She had a booth, or not a booth, she had tables set up out behind the yarn store, and the tables were covered with large, like normal regular skeins, and then mini skeins. From what I saw, and I could be wrong, but from what I saw, they did not have colorway names. I don't even know where the little tag is. I believe they all said this. I believe they all just said Crazy Beautiful Color. But if I'm wrong about that, you can let me know down below. But I'm pretty sure everything that was in the trunk show just said Crazy Beautiful Color. So let me show you the 2 I got in store first. So I got this for either my Coziest Memories blanket or my granny wrap shawl. It's called Vacay. So cute. This is also in the Practically Perfect sock. And then she does a special colorway every month. I did not know that either until I went to the store. And this one is for March 2024. Very pretty. All right, so this is one of the ones that I got at the trunk show. So there's no colorway name. It was just Crazy Beautiful Color. It reminded me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is like flamingos in Florida. If you ever come down to Florida, you know, especially if you're over by the beach. We live in St. Augustine. I'm from Jacksonville, so we didn't have it as much out there. But out here in St. Augustine, it seems like everybody has flamingos in their yard. Like, the fake garden decor flamingos. And it reminded me of people's front yards. The beachy color, the beachy blues, and then the pink. That's exactly what it reminded me of. All right. And now I will go back to the sock that I am making for my son. These were also in her trunk show colors. They were just called Crazy Beautiful Colorway, or Crazy Beautiful Color. The cuff, heel, and toe is this bright neon green. And then the body of the sock is like a light blue with dark blue, teal, and green speckles all in it. My sons picked out these colors for their socks, so that was exciting. Let's see. So that was the first shop that I went to, was Four Pearls in Winter Haven. The next shop I went to was Necessities in Orlando. The woman who owns the store said that she just started the store a year ago. It was a very cute store. So these colors were dyed by Olive and 2 Ew. Why can I not remember how to say this? EWE. Ew, right? But anyway, these, I believe they're in Orlando. If I am not wrong, I believe Olive and 2 Ew are out of Orlando. This is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Very pretty. That is definitely going into my granny wrap shawl. And then this is called English Holly. And then I also got these two cute little things. I got a little notions pouch. I have my twice sheared sheep project bag, and I thought this would match that really well. I think it's very cute. That's what the inside looks like. Very cute. And then I also got this Nichole retractable measuring tape. I like the way it looks. I think it's like faux leather maybe. And then it has like this little zipper tag. Very cute. All right. So that was Necessities in Orlando. And then I went to Knit in Longwood. I bought... The ladies at all of these stores were so sweet. They were all so nice. I told all of them that I was a beginning knitter, and they were all so eager to tell me the things that they loved, the yarn that they loved using, the patterns that they loved, the techniques that they loved. Like, everyone was just so sweet and so encouraging. I've never had a bad experience at any yarn store that I've gone to. I feel like every time I tell I feel like when I look online, I always read horror stories about people going into yarn stores and feeling like they're being judged for not being as advanced, or they just didn't have a good experience. Like, they felt like somebody was being like condescending towards them. But I've never had that experience at any of the stores I've been to. All of the ones that I've shared so far have been just such lovely experiences. Women really encouraging other women in their craft, and offering a helping hand and giving me suggestions. Like, I've just had such great experiences at all of the places I've gone so far, and I'm very grateful for it. All right, so one of the things that I bought from Knit in Longwood, Florida were these needles. I know I just set the other needle somewhere. There it is. I got these needles. They are Knitter's Pride. It's what I'm using for my Cozy Memories right now. I was using a circular needle, but I decided that I wanted to do straights instead. I got the US size 6, 4mm, and I believe these are the Knitter's Pride stainless steel carbon, I think is what they are called. I like them quite a bit. And then I also saw this there and snagged this. This is Ariel by Brocco. It is 65% mohair super kid and 35% silk. I got this to hold double with some of my Chelsea yarns, the Valentine's Day box. I'm just going to, I might not test it out on this. I might test it out on something else first. But I really just wanted to see how this would work if I were to use it for the Korean poncho, because I'd really like to hold a fingering weight with a mohair or a Surrey silk. And I was told that by somebody who's been knitting much longer than I have and has much more experience than I do, I was told that that would mimic a DK weight. So that is what I'm going to try. All right, and next I went to Knit and Stitch Boutique in Cocoa Beach, Florida. It was awesome. I loved that store. It was so great. I got so many cute little knickknacks. I'll show you the little knickknacks that I got first, and then I will show you the yarn that I got. So they gave out a couple of little freebie things. I already took this out of the package, but one of their customers makes cards, so they give them free cards to hand out to people, which I just thought was so cute. It's just like a blank note card and an envelope, and I thought that was so sweet. And then they also gave out these wraps per inch guides. So you wrap your yarn around this section here, and however many wraps that you get, it will help you determine what weight your yarn is. And I thought that was so neat. And I tested it out and it works. So I was very excited about that. Let me set that down over there. So since I am making my son's socks, since I got yarn to make my son's socks, My kids are really, really, really into space right now, like space exploration and rockets and astronauts and planets, especially planets. They love learning about our solar system. And the Knit and Stitch boutique in Cocoa Beach had a ton of little like astronaut and rocket things. So I got these, oh, I dropped them. I got these little needle stoppers, a little astronaut and a little rocket. So cute. And then I actually might not have it with me right now. I was using it for the sock and I don't know where I put it. I got this cute, if I can find it before I need to post this video, I will try to add in a picture of it. If not, I'll post it on my Instagram. You guys will be able to see it over there. I got this cute little rocket ship stitch marker. It was very cute. All right. They also gave me washing machine cleaner, which I thought was so funny and sweet, thoughtful. All right, and I think that is it. Oh, no, I got 2 little pins from there too. So I'm trying to build up a little pin collection on my bag here. I got, I already showed these first 2 pins. This was from, I hope those are showing up good. This was from, I think this was from the Bees Knits shop in Knoxville. And then this, if I'm saying that name wrong, I'll have it down in the description below. I'm sorry, I should have looked it up first. And then this is a llama that I got at She Sells Yarn a few weeks ago. And then I got these last 2 at the Knit and Stitch boutique. All of the stores had these oranges for the Orange Blossom Yarn Crawl. And then I got this little bike that has yarn in the basket in the front and the back. I was between that pin and there was another pin. I should have just gotten it. I don't know why I didn't. They had another pin that was a chicken holding a really tiny ball of yarn, and it had like the little tail of yarn going across him, and he was just looking at it worried, like yarn chicken. I thought it was very cute. All right, so the 2 yarns that I got from the Knit and Stitch boutique, let me show this one first. So this first one was from one of the people doing a trunk show there. At a few of the stores that I went to, they had trunk shows the first weekend. So this one was from Lonesome Pine Yarn Works. I don't remember where they dye out of, but their trunk show was at Cocoa Beach this morning. They're from out of state, I believe. I think they might actually be in Virginia. She had a colorway that I really regret not buying now. It was called Self Control, and it was like this beautiful pink and cream yarn, and it had like some speckles in it. It was beautiful. I wish I would have bought it. I probably am going to. I actually thought about maybe getting that for my Korean poncho. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to get. There's so many beautiful yarns. So this one is called Hot Pink. I thought this would look nice for heels, toes, and cuffs on a pair of socks. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, 20 grams. And then I got this for the boys' traveling blanket. It is a DK weight. The colorway is Bioluminescence. And it is from Muse 2320 Fiber Company in Hastings, Minnesota. Yeah, Hastings, Minnesota. And it was dyed specifically for Knit and Stitch Boutique. She showed me something that was knit in this colorway, and I'm probably going to use this in my Coziest Memories blanket as well, because the way that it looked knit up with these like bright neon blues popping out of this dark black color, it was so pretty. So I'm definitely gonna have to knit up a little bit of this at least. All right, and now I'm on my last store that I went to this weekend. It was She Sells Yarn in Ormond Beach, Florida. Their trunk show that they had this weekend, I actually missed it. It was on Saturday, and She Sells Yarn is the only store that I didn't get to on Saturday. Since it was the closest to home, we decided just to go home and rest, and then we went back out on Sunday, and we went out there, grabbed yarn, grabbed lunch, and then went back home. It's depending on traffic, it's like a little over an hour away, sometimes a little bit under an hour away, depending on the time of day, but it is Bike Week in Daytona. Right, like this week was Bike Week in Daytona, and it was very busy this weekend. So this is my She Sells Yarn haul. I actually have one yarn I'm gonna take out of here, make sure you guys don't see that on the camera. I bought a yarn there for a giveaway that I'm doing once I reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. As of right now, I have 94, so we are very close. Oh, and that's for the giveaway too. Hopefully I didn't show that. If I did, I will cut it out. All right, so at She Sells Yarn, I got this. So I think I'm gonna have enough of that neon green colorway from Emma's Yarn to do the heels, toes, and cuffs on my other son's pair of socks. I've been weighing the mini skein since I started, and I think I should have enough for all 4 socks, for both pairs of socks, but I do not know. So I got this just in case. I thought this would pair nicely with it as well. All right, so these are the colors that I have for their socks, and I figured even if I can't do all of the heels, toes, and cuffs in this color for both socks, I could do a pop of color at the heel with this for the second pair of socks, and then I could do this for heels and toes. I thought they went together quite nicely. One of the ladies in the store, I believe her name was Nichole, she helped me pick out these colors, or this color. And this is from Cascade Yarns. It is Heritage. It is called Heritage. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And the colorway is Caribbean Sea. And I recently found Cascade Yarns Heritage. I recently found this, and this is a great affordable option for sock yarn. It is only $12.94 per skein at She Sells Yarn. So I imagine it's similar at other yarn stores and online. But anyway, that was a good find. And then I also got another one of that brand in the color navy for socks for my husband. My husband doesn't like anything too flashy or colorful, so I thought that just some plain navy socks would be good for him. And then this is the last skein of yarn I have to show you. It is another Emma's Yarn mini, and I just love the colors, so I got it for my Coziest Memories blanket, and it is No Place Like Home. It's very pretty. All right, and I think that is all that I have to show you this week. We went through my finished object, we went through my whips, and I think that's all. So I'll go ahead and talk about the giveaway really quick. So I wanted to do a giveaway at 100 subscribers just to thank you guys for sticking with me and subscribing to the channel. I've been really excited to make these podcasts, and you know, I started it to keep track of my progress and all of the things that I'm making, kind of like a virtual diary. But it's really exciting to have people join along with me and watch me, and I really appreciate it. And I hope to grow a good online community, because I don't really have anyone outside of the internet that I know that knits and crochets. So it's been so fun connecting with people online that do. So thank you so much. And I will, as soon as I hit 100 subscribers, I will post on Instagram, and I will post a short about the giveaway, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But that is all for this week. Hopefully next week I'll have that muscle bear done. I'm trying not to set goals anymore, because I keep setting goals and then it's almost like I let myself down because I don't reach them. But I feel like I get a good amount of knitting done throughout the week. It's just now I'm just working on exactly what I want to work on, and I feel like I'm not finishing as many objects, but that's okay, because I'm getting to knit, I'm getting to sit down and relax and just enjoy this hobby that I have. So hopefully I'll have that muscle bear done next week, but I don't think I'm going to set any goals. I'm just going to make what I want to make and see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.